Okay, it's Tuesday night, and I'm delighted to be joined with Danny Greaves. How are you doing, Danny?
Not too bad, Scott. Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know it's unusual to be doing a BA11 TV with you now. We've got all the players coming through. Everyone seems to be really keen to be on it. Not that they say that they are, but they are already keen.
They love it.
Have you been watching any of them? How has it been sort of going down?
Yeah, no, I do watch them. It's interesting to hear what sort of things they're talking about and whether they're hammering me. But no, they're really good listens, and yeah, we've got some interesting characters in the squad, and that comes through in some of the interviews. So yeah, it's good to be on.
So there's been no sort of repercussions. There's been like, no, you're out the squad this week because you said this on.
No, not yet. But there's still a few more weeks to come. So I'm sure someone will try pushing that.
And so I'm waiting for the kind of like Netflix documentary style behind the scenes. It's going to be like, you said this about me.
It's got to be next. It's got to be next.
Well, speaking of those sort of like Netflix documentaries, obviously they're one that everyone's addicted to at the moment, Drive to Survive. I don't know if you've seen any of that on the Formula One of the seasons, and it goes through all the
I haven't. No, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
We've got our own little version in the Southern League Div 1, haven't we? Really, with us, Cirencester, Totton, and Plymouth.
Yeah.
What's it like right now, sort of being amongst the kind of fight for this title?
Yeah, it's really exciting. Of course, from our point of view, we would love to be 10 points clear, a few games to go. But the reality of it is it's a really tough league. There's some brilliant sides in the league. And I think you could probably go down as far as sixth, Winchester. Bristol Manor Farm, plus the teams that you've mentioned there that would all realistically think they're still in with a chance of winning the league. With 5 games to go, that makes for a really exciting end. And as managers, coaches, players, that's what you want to be involved in come the end of the season. You don't want that mid-table feeling when you're playing for nothing, just wishing the season would end. We've got something to fight for. So yeah, really looking forward to the remaining month of the season.
Well, I think that's what every fan wants from a, say, neutral and a paying sort of Froome fan, is that kind of balance of having that excitement. There's always going to be highs and lows in a season, through suspensions, illnesses, luck of the draw. I won't say dodgy refs because that'll get us in trouble, but all those sort of things where that's what we love about football. And I think it's a really sort of testament to the fact that we are sort of 5 games from this end of the season. We're sitting top at the moment, and we're the one to be taken down. I think it's great. Yeah. It's a good time to be around the club.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think it's testament to us as a group, players, managers, everybody else behind the scenes as well, is that we've been there to be shot at for most of the season, and being up in those top 1 or 2 positions like we have been for the past. I think it's near 21, 22 weeks we've been in the top 1 or 2 positions, and to be in that position, being shot at every week, and standing up to that as players is testament. Dealing with that pressure, we just got to deal with it for another 5 weeks and see what happens.
Well, I think that the standout thing for me has been the resilience of the team more than anything else. And I know it's kind of like easy to look on the last sort of couple of draws and things, but even like last Saturday's draw, many times for many seasons and many teams will lose that after going the 1-0 down after 86 minutes or whatever it was. Yeah. But to then come back and still get that point, which actually extended the lead at the top by that extra point. And we've seen that all through the season, whether that was playing against Plymouth or Winchester earlier on the season, all these sort of different areas. Is that something that pleases you within that?
Massively. You're never gonna play well every single week. The pitches change, and you've got to adapt. As I said, the pressure to coming towards the end of the season, you've got to deal with that. And there are just no easy games in this league. And yeah, we've seen it time and time again from our players. Absolutely superb character. Like you say, the game on Saturday epitomised that, when you you have most of the territory and possession. Fair enough, we didn't create a lot of chances on Saturday, but when that goal goes against you in the 85th minute, it'd be so easy to throw the towel in. But no, we pick ourselves up, we go again, we grab the goal, and then we go and push for a potential winner, which didn't come on the day, but that could be a huge point. Who knows? It could be 2 points dropped. We won't know until the end of April.
Well, I think, was it a I've seen the goal back. I know the fans will probably be seeing that tonight on the highlights and things through. Quite a, not a comical goal, but quite a kind of pressure orientated. Obviously, would have been an unlikely winner with Sam Till sort of having 2 pops at the cherry before Harry nodded it in. Was it a dream debut for Harry coming back to come off the bench and do that?
Well, that's what the lad does. Harry's done that for all the way through his career. He's popped up with big goals in big moments, and that's exactly why we brought him into the club. I mentioned in my notes when we signed him that you only have to look back to Weymouth's promotion year when he was there, and the amount of times that he would come off the bench and score late winners and score really important goals for them. And as I say, he's done that all the way through, and he's started on a great footing for us, and hopefully that can continue in the remaining weeks.
So we got Willand coming up at the weekend away. Again, as always, another tough game. They got a great result at the weekend, and it seems to be always that they've just done really well.
No, I think their form's been really, really poor up until Saturday, and then they go and beat Cirencester away from home. It just shows what this league's about. But,
so we couldn't have loaned them any players or anything.
No, definitely not. No, and like you say, it will be a tough game. We've got a poor record down there. Over the last couple of years, I think we've lost the last 2 times we've been there in the 2 COVID hit years. So we're under no illusions. It's going to be a really tough game, and they'll be on a high on the back of last Saturday's result. So we've got to go and throw everything at it and be professional and take a win, however it comes.
Yeah, do you almost feel that not plays into your hands because it's a result, but knowing that the players will be focused on that they have just beat Cirencester and we have got a poor record in the last couple of seasons in that way against them? Is that a talk around the squad, or is it something that you just know?
I think it's something that we just know and we're aware of, and we try and focus on ourselves. And as you said, like our recent form, people have mentioned our recent form, picking up a few draws when ideally we would like to win. But over the last 6 games in the form guide, I think we're 3rd in the form guide, where a lot of the teams who Totton, Cirencester, for example, they're also feeling the pressure, and they haven't picked up as many points as us in that period of time. And I keep saying to the boys, 2 points a game, keep delivering that and you won't be far away. We've delivered that over the course of the season, and we've delivered that over the last 6 games. So that's the aim for the remaining 5 games, to try and just continue that 2 points a game. And if we deliver that, then we've had a tremendous season, and we won't be far away.
Absolutely, and I'm sure it's a famous quote from somewhere, but I always knew of if you can't win, don't lose. So it's that sort of basis as well.
We've only lost 4 games all season. So you're talking about the character of the boys. We've done exactly that. If we're not going to win, it's the dog. if we're not gonna win a game, then we make sure that we fight for that point. So
since we sort of chatted properly, well, we always talk, but since we've done it on a recording, there's been numerous additions to the squad. We mentioned Harry Baker there, but throughout the season, obviously we've seen sort of different people come in those sort of central positions, with Harley joining and Evans and other people. How do you feel like they've complemented the squad? Is that been a positive thing for you and how they've integrated?
Yeah, I think so. You look at the 2 Bakers. Harry come in, and it's like he's been with us forever. Last weekend, the way he settled in, he knows a few lads, so that was made easy. Mike Baker's been outstanding since he came in, really established player. Callum Evans has been a bit unlucky with his injuries, but we knew the situation when we brought him in. He's got bags of quality, but he needed to get up to speed with fitness, and I think he probably pushed himself a little bit too hard too quickly, and his body's just broken down a little bit, but he's not far away, and he's got bags and bags of ability and experience, and has helped us just being in and around the place. So yeah, all in all, the new lads have come in, and I think they've strengthened the group. And having some of the injured boys that are nearing coming back to fitness. Marcus Maxton's been out since Boxing Day and was back in the squad last week, which is brilliant. That'll be a massive addition. Just his calm and influence around the place. We've had George Rigg, who's been out for the last 2 weeks. He'll be training this week in the build-up for Saturday. Matt Smith has missed a few games through injury recently. Another experienced lad who's played higher level of football. He'll be back in contention for this week. So, I think the new signings, the injured boys coming back to fitness, just at the right time for us, that we can hit this running with a fully fit and motivated squad of players, which is going to make my job very difficult.
Well, definitely. I think the competition for places is fierce, isn't it? But that's what you need. And that's, I think, any player and all the players that I've spoken to during the season know that, and know that holding on to a shirt is hard. And that's why you've got to perform. But that's why you're at the top. And we are still fighting for the top honour with 5 games to go. I think I need to make an apology to you at this point, because I feel like I jinxed Matt Smith, because I did have a go at him on the interview saying the only game he missed was New Year's, and was that because he was out drinking? And
yeah.
And I was thinking, oh no, maybe my little lucky charm of speaking to someone and then them scoring is now turned into being injured. So where do I go next? But Harry Baker brilliantly brought it back. So, but now it's going to be a bit odd. I don't know how you're going to get on and get the winner.
I've made an appearance this season, so you never know. I might have to come on and go up for a corner.
How many appearances do you need to get a medal? Are we going to see a Danny Greaves substitution in the last 5 games?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the cup run in the Somerset Cup. Obviously a great run, a lovely chance to see players rotated, not in a kind of shifting the squad around, but as in people trying to, I've seen at different positions and different areas. Obviously a lot coming into the side and performing, and some of the saves he made in just that Bath game. But how have you found that sort of competition, and what was it like sort of for the semi-final?
Yeah, I mean, the actual occasion itself last Tuesday was brilliant. It always is under lights at our place, playing a side like Bath. It was a really good crowd, a great atmosphere. The noise from the fans was there, and it was just a brilliant night to be a part of, and no pressure, which we haven't had for a long time. No pressure, so everyone went into it and enjoyed it, and we were unlucky on the night. I felt we gave a really good account of ourselves, particularly in the second half, and they were hanging on a little bit, and it would have been just rewards, I think, if we would have got the equaliser and took it to penalties, but wasn't to be, and the lads can be proud of their performance. But yeah, in terms of the whole competition itself, I think most clubs usually go into it looking at using it as an opportunity to give players minutes who maybe haven't quite had the minutes, and that's how we used it all the way through. And it's been a different group of players every time, because we have got such a good squad and good depth. There have always been different parts whenever the rounds fall during the season. There's been different players who needed those minutes. We continued that on Tuesday in the semi-final. We absolutely wanted to win the game, didn't disrespect the competition. We absolutely wanted to win it. Injuries and other factors played a part in our selection, but as I said, the 11 who went out there fought and gave everything and put in a really good performance.
I think especially against a very strong Bath side, obviously they where their position in the league, I'm pretty sure that Jerry Gill and that are looking to win that cup to sort of paper over some cracks on how the season's gone. Yeah. So playing against that and competing to that sort of level for that sustained sort of period, especially after what happened in the FA Cup earlier in the season, it must have been more proud of the players that the on Tuesday.
Yeah, Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we haven't played them for years, and that was the third time we played them now this season, including the pre-season friendly. And yeah, I think overall, over the 3 games, we've given a really good account of ourselves. Pre-season, we played really well for 45 minutes against Conference Southside. The FA Cup, as you say, was really, really disappointed. I thought they were outstanding on the day. We were well below our standard, and it told in the result. But Tuesday, I thought we were back to, or we showed what we are capable of, the way we want to play our football. And yeah, I was really proud of the boys. Just disappointed with the result, clearly. Disappointed with the result. I know how much this competition means to the club and the fans, and I've had a couple of finals over the last 10 years, and I said it again. I said in my notes on Saturday that we bump into certain people or hear from certain people on social media, the likes of Billy Wright and people like that, and they've had some great moments in this cup. So we wanted to try and continue that, but wasn't to be.
Yeah, and I think it's difficult, isn't it? Because I think you have to balance off the tournaments throughout the season, and I think the moments that we as fans have seen with the Oxford game, the Poole game, obviously going up to Bath, to even just the atmosphere and what the fans generated during that game. I think that they're the things that will always stick out and be memories as well. So don't get me wrong, winning a trophy is always winning a trophy, and every club would like to see that, and I'm sure you're exactly the same. But I think there's been huge moments this season where we've been competitive in all of the cups during the processes, and now obviously we're still in with a chance of winning something with 5 weeks to go. I don't know how many club seasons finish in December, and it's like, well, we're not. We're coming. April, we're coming at you.
Yeah, very true, very true. We have had some really, really good moments this season across all competitions. So yeah, just one more big push in the final competition to go.
So you mentioned the fans there, and I think for me personally, I think the amount of fans that are turning up and coming to join in, and just, I mentioned it before, the amount of small pockets of different, almost seem like little sub communities within there, sort of like the parents and children, the ultras, the young ultras, and even just the sort of more people that are coming along. It seems to be kind of ground swelling up. And how does that sort of, for you, for a sort of manager, sort of seeing it sort of grow and come back to sort of see these performances?
I think one is great to manage, or for the players to play in front of that sort of crowd that we're delivering at the moment, over 500. The dog's getting excited by the crowd again. Really proud to be part of a club that can draw in those sorts of attendances. And I remember when I first joined the club, going back, what's it, 4 years ago now, maybe 4 years ago, and speaking to yourself recently, joined the club as well, only a few months or 6 months prior. And you were talking about your ambition for the attendances to get them up to 400. I think it was at that time was the initial target, and it was kind of, Scott, we're delivering 200 here. Do you know how much work you've got to do, and how hard it's going to be to double that attendance? And here we are, sat here 3 years down the line, delivering well over 400, 500 on average, and some of the gates 700, 1,000 plus against Melksham is just absolutely unbelievable, considering where we were only a few years back. So the support has been brilliant. It does make a massive difference to the players. I mean, we had the AGM not long ago, and one of the fans asked John Davis about it, and he just said it gives you a massive lift when you just walk out the change rooms. Obviously, that you can feel it building during the warm up, but obviously there's still a few people in the bar having a beer. But when the referee calls you out and you're lining up and walking out the change rooms, and you look around the ground when there's 500 plus, it gives you that little bit of a boost, a massive boost. So it's fantastic.
Well, I think it's there's two things. I always refer to it as the 257 train that seems to turn up like just at that moment at the gate. More people come through, everyone comes out of the bar, everyone sort of stands up or goes into their positions or comes out the supporters club hut, and it all sort of just culminates just for that sort of moment.
It is. It is.
But absolutely, look, what I think has been quite good is it feels like a real football experience, and I know that's not disrespectful, but because of the size of our stadium and the way that it's structured, having sort of 200-300 people, it starts to look a bit sparse, even though that's still above half of the attendances in the league. But when you get to that sort of 500, 600, 700 mark, it starts to feel like that. And the songs and the chants that are coming out have always been great. And I have got a question for you, because I know you can hear them and I know they sing about you. So do you have a favourite song that the fans are singing about you?
I to be 100% didn't know they've got a song about me, so you're gonna have to
I think there's about 2 or 3. I know you've got the Danny's at the Wheel one. So
that one, yeah. I'm not sure about any others. Maybe there might have been a few after the 85th minute on Saturday when we were 1-0 down, but
it's just those songs, not abuse. But yeah, so as we sort of look forward to these last couple of weeks, is there anything that you need from the fans or anything like that to try? Is it just more support, or is it just really patience?
I think it's the same as they've been all the way through the season, to be honest. The support in the main win, lose or draw has been absolutely superb. I think a realization that this is a really tough league, and the pressure on the boys, don't underestimate it, because they're desperate to try and get some success for this club, and at times that almost desperation to try and deliver that can sometimes get on top of some of our younger players. So us, the management team, just need to relax our players and just go out and play your normal game and enjoy it. But I think for everybody in and around it, supporters, don't underestimate the pressure. But that is because the players really, really want to deliver. And as I say, on Saturday was probably a bit of an example. It felt a little bit flat on the pitch, but I just think that is the weight of the pressure on the players. So our job for the remaining games is to try and take that away. Go and relax, play your football. You've proven you're good enough, and that's what we'll look to do. So yeah, just from the supporters, just continue your support, travel away as you have done, because that makes a huge difference as well. And I think for all of us, let's just enjoy the last five weeks. We got no divine right to win the league. There's some big clubs in this league with huge resources, bigger than ours, and we're competing, and we're in with a great chance. So let's just enjoy the remaining 5 weeks, and let's see where it takes us.
Definitely, and I think obviously with you sort of doing the treasury role as well, is it always makes me smile when someone says, "Oh, Froome, you're the money club," and I kind of look at them and go, "Really?"
Yeah, no, it does. It does make me laugh, and I think people see maybe some of the players that we've signed and stuff like that. And yeah, let's not get it wrong. We're not in the bottom 10 budget wise, but we're certainly not in the top 2 or 3 in this league compared to some of the budgets that are in this league. So yeah, it does make me laugh. But we've just got a really good group of lads who come here for the right reasons and really enjoy their time here, and want to deliver success.
And my sort of final question is more, a lot of the players have mentioned during their interviews that Simo's sort of perfecting the set pieces and having these things together. Is he claiming all of the glory, or are you involved in those, or is that Simo's era?
100% Simo, 100% Simo. Yeah, I try not to get involved. Yeah, no, Simo leads them, does all the work on them. I go to step in every now and again with a few pointers and end up messing it up or getting it wrong. So I stay well and truly away. And yeah, no, to be fair, Simo's done a really good job. Our record from set plays this year has been far improved from where it was the last couple of years. So fair play to Simo.
Well, I think it's he must be delighted that Marcus is coming back. He's on a
That
scoring
is
spree.
true. That is true. Yeah, no, he was on a run, wasn't he?
He was unfortunate. It sort of ended it, didn't it? But yeah, I think we've all still got money on Sam Teal popping up at the end at Lymington. So yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, Danny, it's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you for your time this evening. I know obviously you're really very busy. So thank you for your time, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the season. And I'll see you soon.
Yeah, great stuff. Cheers, Scott. Thank you.